Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Ashley Hall. Common Ground captures the creative process of various artists living throughout our region. Each week we delve into the veiled history of our area, plus we take you inside the cultural events that put the North in North Country. On this week's episode of Common Ground, meet the ladies of Quilts of Valor. They are quilting for our local armed forces who have been touched by the war. Plus, Jill Bitker, a florist of Bemidji, shows us how floral arrangements take on an art of their own.
Quilts of Valor is a national foundation. It was started initially by Catherine Roberts from Delaware in 2003. I took an interest in it in 2005 and brought it to the Brainerd area to start a group here because I really liked what the mission statement was, and that was that a wartime Quilt of Valor would be presented to any veteran or service member who was touched by war. And we've been trying in our local guild to focus on wounded from Afghanistan and Iraq. So that's been our primary focus, and we try to keep our quilts around our area, Minnesota especially. In my working with places like Camp Ripley, I've found that there's a great need for these quilts, and they do a wonderful service to the veterans. I think overall, since we started in 2005, the Brainerd group area, we've donated or distributed about 1,400 quilts, which is a nice amount. Nationally, I believe they're up to 38,000 nationally. I'm a machine quilter. I have lots of machine quilting friends, and I talk them into helping us when we started piecing these things. So we are pretty much self-contained in the whole upper Midwest. We deal with our quilts and we try to keep them local, where the national group tries to help all those people who don't have access to pairing themselves up with somebody that can help finish the quilt. So that's their main goal, plus the idea of sending it to some of the hospitals that don't have groups in their area doing quilts. We maintain ourselves just through donations from the area. Quilters have a tremendous stash of fabric, and they like to turn it over periodically, so thankfully they bring it to us. We get boxes and bags of fabrics from people. We also receive monetary donations, which allow us to purchase perhaps some materials that we don't get donated, or it also helps me with shipping costs when I have to ship the quilts.
We get generous donations of fabric, and it comes to us in all forms, like grocery bags, plastic bags full of scraps, boxes full of fabric. People clean out things from their aunts and grandmothers, and when we get it in that state, it's really of no value. So we take all of that donated fabric and we press it all, we launder it if necessary, and then we cut pieces that are going to be of value to us, and we organize all of those pieces and we make kits, because sometimes people just want to stop by and pick up a kit. I'm cutting a kit right now, or working on strips that will become kind of a strip block quilt kit. It's a pattern that we sort of developed ourselves after something else. We cut squares. Cheryl is over there squaring up all kinds of littler pieces, because sometimes we use 3-inch squares, sometimes we use 5-inch squares. And so we are making the fabric into usable pieces. Now I couldn't get another 4.5, so now I'm doing a 2. And so we have another pattern that uses 2s, and so we pile the 2s and then we pile the 1s and we keep on going. So that's what I'm doing, and making kits both for us to do and to pass along to other volunteers, because we have a lot of volunteers that don't show up here but help. This is a sample of how our kits will come. Thank you, dear. And it will have instructions and then all of the parts pre-cut to a certain degree. The kits are complete, so somebody like you, for instance, could just come and say, I'd like a kit, take a kit, bring back a finished quilt, and you're done.
When the group comes on a Tuesday night, We will start out perhaps making kits, which is the first step in using that fabric, and we'll assemble the right amount of fabrics pre-cut into a kit, all ready to go to a piecer. And we have wonderful shops that are what we call QOV drop spots, and they're across the state where people can go in and pick up a kit, finish it, and bring it back to the shop. When they do that, they fill out a little slip of paper so that when it comes back to us, I know who did the piecing, and that will eventually go on the label. Then when we get them back, we make sure that it is the correct size, making them larger if necessary. We make sure that it has a pillowcase and a binding, and then we cut a back for it. Most of the tops we get donated do not have backs, so we need a tremendous amount of large pieces of fabric.
We have to check to see we've got a nominal size for quilts. 55 by 65 is the perfect size that we do, and this one's a little shy, so we if they're small, we'll bring them in and put borders on them, and sometimes we can get them, maybe they're unfinished work, and we'll come in and we'll finish them and get them up to the proper size. The other thing I do here is put the backs together. They have to be pieced. This one's just been pieced. We got a seam in here, and then we take it over to the seamstress, and then it gets pressed and I get it back here, and I match these up with the actual quilts, and then we fold them up, send them off to be quilted. The backs have to be a certain size too in order for them to work properly, so that's something that I always work on.
I act as kind of the coordinator, so I kind of deal with what needs to be done on a particular day or night. So I send out an email letting everybody know they should come, and sometimes I tell them what we'll be working on, either making kits or getting backs ready or piecing quilts or making pillowcases, wherever the need is on that particular day. My email list runs anywhere from 20 to 30 people. And obviously some can come, some can't. Generally our meetings, we get about 8 to 10 people, which is a nice working group. Once we get the backing and all the parts assembled, it basically looks like this. This is a bundle ready to go to a machine quilter. When they get the package, it has the backing, the top, there's a pillowcase in here, there is binding, and the batting. So they get a complete kit. They quilt it. They don't need to do the binding and the pillowcase necessarily, but it stays with the quilt. When it comes back, then I have the wonderful ladies that will put the binding on, put the label on it, identifying the quilt.
When each quilt is finished, we make a pillowcase to go with the quilt when we send it to the soldier. And at this time, I have made tops, but most of the time now I'm putting the binding on and the label. And our label tells us who pieced the top, who did the quilting, and it also thanks our soldier for his service and that we appreciate him. And it has been quilted, and right from here, then it goes to the wounded soldier. And we also enclose a letter thanking them for their service. And then many of us have made a personal statement on this letter to the soldier that gets this quilt. And I have been fortunate enough to be able to give some of these quilts to the wounded soldiers when they came back, and that's really very nice because they're appreciated, and we often get a written thank you also. We just received a letter from a chaplain who is in Afghanistan right now, and he said, "Dear friends, we received your gracious donation of Quilts of Valor for our troops. Thank you for your thoughtfulness and for your support of our troops, and our mission in Afghanistan is greatly appreciated. It is always a blessing to know that the people back in the States are thinking of us. The support given from caring people such as you help us to carry on through the challenging days we face here. God bless you." From the hospital chaplain in Afghanistan at one of the hospitals. So that keeps me going, knowing that they're appreciated and we hear from them. But I've been with this program ever since it started. And I also have a family member that's been in Iraq and another one in Afghanistan. And my love of quilting made me just want to do things for our wounded soldiers.
I teach preschool at St. Francis of the Lakes Catholic School here in Brainerd, and I think for about the last 6 years, at Christmas time, I have my children do squares, and then we put them together for Quilts of Valor. And it's been just wonderful. We've gotten some really interesting response from some of the people that have gotten them. The kids think it's important to do this, and it's been just a really, really good experience for all of them. And I guess I got involved in this because my son's in the military, and so it's been just one of those things I can do.
I got involved with this because my son is in the Navy, my daughter's in the Coast Guard, my son-in-law's in the Coast Guard. Both my son-in-law and my son have deployed over to the war zone. So that's very important to me, and additionally my husband's a Vietnam vet, and I think maybe that motivates me more than anything because of the way they were treated, and it's just so important to treat these guys right. It's very important to me.
Many of the people in this room have direct associations with the military, and my dad was a World War II vet, but he would be, and he's been gone for years, but he would be really pleased with the program, and so I felt good about it. I have gobs of fabric, I have time, I have certain skills, and so it's a good mix. It's a diverse group and a really good group of very, very committed women.
I have contacts across the state, but mostly in the Northeast. Our state is divided up by, there are other groups around the state. So mine is the Northeast area. So I have contacts in Duluth, in St. Cloud, of course here, our outpatient clinic in Brainerd, Camp Ripley, family assistance centers, anywhere I can find. Even the veteran service officers will sometimes distribute the quilts for us. But I will take them to them with the package, then they distribute them. So we never really know who gets the quilts unless they write back to us. And it's pretty amazing, since all we put on the label is our name and Brainerd, Minnesota, for instance. And somehow these guys find us. It's just amazing that they look us up and thank us. And that's what really keeps us going.
A floral design is like a sculpture, just like you carve something out of stone. You take a lump of something and it doesn't look like much in the beginning, but then when you, like if you're carving, you carve away, you know, little bits here and little bits there, and you start seeing the piece of art come from it, and that's how flowers are. You take a flower, you cut the stem, you put it in the right location, the right area, and then pretty soon that piece of art is coming to life in front of you from just a pile of flowers. I'm Jill Bitker, and I am a master florist, and I've been a florist for, oh my gosh, probably 16 years now. I got my start working in a flower shop as a part-time job just to wait on customers, and then one day one of the ladies that worked there, she was pregnant and had to go on maternity leave to have her baby, and they pulled me from up front and said, here you go, make this arrangement, we need help at the design table. And that's how I got my start designing flowers. I found out that I had a natural aptitude for it, that I loved it, and it was just something that comes from my soul. It was just a surprise, because really I was going to be a veterinary technician. So being a florist was a definite surprise in my life. The whole time that I worked there, I was watching the designers and kind of wishing, you know, I could do their job. I just loved what they were doing. I loved seeing them take something, you know, just like random flowers, to me at the time it looked random flowers, and turn it into this piece of art right before my eyes. And they made it look easy, you know, 15 minutes, boom, and they had this beautiful bouquet. And I just, yeah, from the sidelines, I felt like I was just falling in love with it, but I didn't know anything about it at the time. So it was a bit of a shock when they called me down to the table. I learned from a couple of designers that have been doing it for almost 20 years, and they taught me the skills that they knew at that time. And then I just, because I fell in love with the craft, I took it upon myself to actually teach myself how to do floral design by reading books. And then after that, I found out about an accreditation to become a master florist. And so I looked into that and did my own training again at home, preparing for the test to become a master florist. And I passed, which it was a really grueling experience. People were crying when they left doing the test because it was so intense, but I worked hard and it paid off, and I became a master florist. And then from there, I found out about a school in Minneapolis, and I felt like I needed to have some more base for knowing how to do floral design. I still had a little confidence issue. Am I doing it right? Are my mechanics correct? Is what I'm making balanced and proper? When another florist looks at it, are they gonna say that that's properly made? So I attended then an Institute of Floristry down in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and that's where I got certified as a certified designer. Today I'm going to create a classic vase arrangement, and I just wanted to share with you kind of the steps that go into what I do on a daily basis, making a beautiful spring arrangement that anybody, you know, could take and enjoy for themselves. I love cylinder vases, so I'm going to use a cylinder vase, and I'm going to add a little interest by throwing some marbles in the bottom. And I chose blue because it's a spring arrangement, and I'm going to do some blue irises in it. And then I just have to put some floral preservative in here. And I don't use straight water. We have to use a special solution so that the flowers last. I'm going to take some curly willow, and because it's really pliable, I'm just going to work it into my vase. Now normally I don't like to have foliage or greenery down below in my vase, but I think this adds a nice texture, a little action, a little excitement, I think. What's nice about using the curly willow too is it's going to create a grid for me to make my flower design. A grid is a crisscross type of design technique where the vines are going to create kind of a webbing across there for me to insert the flowers in at different angles and keep the arrangement secure without it falling out. I'm going to use kind of a common type of greenery, which is leatherleaf fern, that we use quite a bit in the floral industry. It has some nice texture, but it's also inexpensive, and that's why it gets used a lot for our customers. When I insert my foliage into the vase, I'm very careful not to get any of the greenery below the water line because we don't want to do any more contamination of the water. All right, and now I have my vase, the greens collared, creating a base for my design. And next I'm going to add what I like to call accent flowers. Those are a lot of different flowers, but there's the smaller flowers like Caspia or baby's breath. Some people call them fillers, just to create a little body in my design. And this accent flower I'm using today is called Caspia, or it's a type of limonium. And I like it because it has kind of that wildflower appeal. Wildflower designs are one of my favorite style of designs. When I cut every end with my knife or oriental shears, and I just put the flower into the vase, again doing that crisscross motion through the crisscross of the curly willow. So I think this is enough Caspia for right now. So next I'm going to put in some stargazer lilies, and that's these beautiful lilies here. And I love them because they're such a big flower and they're showy and they're very fragrant. And these are actually grown right here in Minnesota, just down by Plymouth, Minnesota. So I love when we can get flowers that are Minnesota grown and use them at the flower shop. And I'm going to remove all the foliage from the stem. Next, I'm going to take some of these nice blue, kind of purpley blue irises, and I'm going to create a little height in my design now. And because I'm doing a garden design, I'm actually not going to worry too much about strategic placement of my flowers. You know, this would be an arrangement that would be perfect for you to create from your own garden flowers this summer when you're growing them from your garden. Cut your flowers from the garden and create a design like this. There's designs that are monochromatic where I could do a design like this and use the pink lilies and then use all other pink flowers. That would be a monochromatic design. And those are very beautiful and those are kind of fun to do. Or I could pick just 2 colors and just do like blue with lime green would be beautiful because that would highlight the blue. But for a garden design, I like to mix all the colors together and kind of give kind of a rainbow effect. I probably wouldn't put orange in here though. Orange is probably, it may be beautiful with the hot pink, but with the blue and the hot pink and the yellows that I put in there, orange might not be as awesome. And since it's springtime now, I'm going to add some daffodils. And these are field-grown daffodils that we get from our supplier. And special handling is needed with these because when you cut their stems, they give off a sap that's toxic to the other flowers in the vase. So I'm actually not going to recut the ends. Usually what I will do is pull them quickly from one water source and tuck them to the other. And so I am going to do that and just add a few for a little pop of color. And you know, we've got the curly willow in the vase down here, and to create some balance in my design, I think I'm going to bring some curly willow up out of my vase. I'm going to carry what's down here up because we have the blue marbles and those are up into the blue irises. So we're going to carry some of those branches up through the design and tall. And I'm going to use my oriental shears and I'm going to cut that just at a slight angle. And the oriental shears, I just use those for cutting woody stems or thicker branches because it's a little easier. It still has the cuts kind of like a knife through it, and it won't crush the stems like maybe a pair of scissors would. And when I'm putting things like curly willow into my arrangements, I don't worry about where I'm going to place them. I just tuck them here and there because that's kind of how nature is. You know, nature isn't perfect. It's going to have a funny bend to it. It's not going to go in the perfect location. So if you were creating your own design, just let it go where it's going to go because that creates movement to the design. And I think I'm going to add some pussy willows that we have too, because I think that will create a strong vertical line coming through the top of the arrangement. And just a few of these will add some excitement to the bouquet. That's what's going to carry your eye up through the design. And I think for just a little bit more interest, I'm going to add some of these pink roses in there. And I think that will be the last that I put into this arrangement. I'm going to remove some of the guard petals from my roses. And I do that because they're called guard petals because that's what protects the rose while it's growing. But I remove it because they're not as pretty as the rest of the petals. And these were roses grown in Ecuador. These aren't the Minnesota grown roses that we have here. But we have a great supplier for the flower shop. They grow these and they have literally thousands of different varieties of roses in just about every color you could imagine. And we get those directly shipped from there to Minnesota to right here. I love flowers, and I love that they make people happy, and that when somebody looks at an arrangement, their whole day changes. They can be grouchy or having a bad day and grumpy. I mean, but the minute you put even just one little flower in front of someone, their whole mood changes, their face lights up. That's part of the passion that I have for what I do. One of the favorite things that I like to do being a floral designer is actually taking part in there's a few design competitions every year that we get to take part in. And I love the process of figuring out how you're going to create a design. You know, they may give you a theme like Wizard of Oz or waterfall, or you know, a theme like that, and you've got to think of a creative arrangement and keep it within a certain size and dollar value. And I just love figuring that out. Being able to take something like this and turn it into a sculpture that's gonna, you know, fill in their needs. And I've had some good luck myself. I've won a few things. I know I'm tooting my own horn, but I'm actually kind of proud of it. I'm proud of it, so. All right. And I think I'm gonna call this one done.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you enjoyed the show, and we look forward to seeing you next week right here on Common Ground.
If you have a segment idea for Common Ground pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org or call us at 218-333-3022. To view this episode or any Common Ground segment, visit us at lptv.org/Common Ground. Individual segments or copies of Common Ground, please call 218-333-3020. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008. If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund by the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.